Hey guys, thanks for joining us tonight. With me is Mitchell and Nick.
Yes,
Yo.
sir.
I thought our first list tonight would be let's rate all of the Jackbox Party Pack games.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
There's a whole bunch of them. They should be all here, I believe. So we have our categories: legendary, great, okay, indifferent, and bad. You know, these are the our standard, trademarked, whatever you want to call it, sections.
Why don't you do me a little favor, just really quick, and go ahead and put Zeeple Dome in bad?
That's true. Zeeple Dome is terrible. That one's yeah. You just flick
I
the
don't
screen.
think I played that one.
You flick the screen and it makes the characters go.
Sometimes.
Whatever. Yeah.
Wait, what? You on your phone? Okay.
Yeah, it is,
Well.
it is the weakest Jackbox game.
What about Word Spud?
Alright, so we're already going.
Word Spud is kind of like, I'm okay with the words.
Yeah, but it's still bad.
It
It's
can be funny if
better.
you're playing it with the right.
Yeah.
Okay, is that the one where you gotta combine words that everybody chose or something
Mm-hmm.
into a funny sentence and you vote on
Well,
which
actually,
one's funnier?
it's you're making a story one word at a time, right?
Oh.
Yeah. It's
It almost
It's
never
barely
works.
a
I don't think I
game.
like that.
It's barely a game.
That was like the first one they did. That's the first gen
Yeah,
Jackbox,
Jackbox.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of
There's
tried.
a reason they.
I tried to reorder these like kind of in order of when they release. So next we have Drawful. Drawful is good though, right? Great.
That's like it's just
yeah.
Pictionary-ish.
Yeah. We have the
I'd
original
say
Fibbage.
Fib. No, it looks like
I-
Fibbage Excel actually.
I would almost. I was about to say I would maybe move Drawful down to okay and have Fibbage there at great.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's fair.
Yeah, I think Fibbage is a little better because I suck at drawing, so it's a little easier to
Mhm.
get into.
Yeah, and Fibbage XL is the first one. They released like a standalone version of Fibbage, and then they released XL as part of the first party pack.
Oh, okay.
So you don't know Jack 2015. It's good. It's you don't know Jack.
Hey.
I would okay. I personally am not the biggest fan of the You Don't Know Jack
Mhm.
trivia game, just because I'm really bad at most trivia.
Okay.
So it's not the most fun. The most fun part about You Don't Know Jack is trying to find the wrong answer of the game.
Yeah. That is true. That is fun to do. I played through every single episode of You Don't Know Jack 2015, so I have quite a bit of experience with that one.
And I guess this is rating all of the You Don't Know Jacks, not just this 2015 edition.
We're just talking about 2015 because there is full stream down here, which I guess we can go ahead and rate as well. I feel like I barely played full stream. Like it was.
Played it.
You don't think you've ever played it?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually played it. No. I played it once, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's
That's part
just
which pack is that a part of?
like 5 or 6.
It's like 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I played it like once.
I don't
yeah.
think I played it at all.
It doesn't add anything. Like they didn't add anything. It's just more You Don't Know Jack. I think maybe it's 8 players, but like I'm just gonna put it in
nice.
different because, like I said, it's almost the same as this, but they removed the episodes. I think they're like the questions might be randomized or something. I don't know. It's a little bit different. Next we have Licewater. Personally, I like Licewater a lot, just because it's just simple true or false, who's faster kind of thing. But I do get that like it is like really simple and there's not very many questions. I think you can run through all of them really fast.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it gets tired pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. So
like after you play 1 or 2 rounds, like yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
we'll just put it right in the middle, smack dab. There, is that all right?
okay. I had a feeling we're gonna put a lot of them in okay, but
Okay, now we have the original Quiplash, which was very similar to Fibbage. It got its own release.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should we
it was
put
alright.
it? Is it above
I
Fibbage
put it
or?
maybe top of great. Yeah, I put it above the first Fibbage.
Okay,
Wait, is the one if it's on the left, it's better than the one on the right?
Yeah.
according to our rules, yes.
Okay.
Next we have Bidiots, which I'm going to say is bad. I think I've only played this one once.
Uh,
Yeah. It's
you
one of
bidding
those
on?
ones that's a little too. It's a little too complicated for its own good.
Right.
uh,
Yeah, like I don't really like it, it's like it has like its own meta, and it's not easy to play with other people.
Yeah, I think the sort of golden rule for a Jackbox game is that as somebody who's stupid and doesn't know how to play it needs to be able to immediately understand the concept.
Yeah,
And
they need to be accessible.
yeah, and so yeah, something like Bidiots is really not gonna work into that.
Mhm.
Also, things like I'll just go ahead and throw out Monster Seeking Monster.
Yeah, where is that? Right here.
It's another one of those ones where it just doesn't
oh,
really work because nobody wants to learn how to play.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly.
It's really complicated. It's one of those things where everybody's kind of doing something different, so you can't even help people who are
Mm-hmm.
in need of help.
And then,
And same sort of goes with Devils and the Details.
really, I mean, I feel like Devils and
It's
the Devils and the Details. I feel like it is complicated, but it's more accessible than these two, and it's actually fun. It's
I agree that it is better, but it's still one of those ones where I played it around with people.
Mhm.
We lost, and everybody who I was playing with said, "Let's not play again."
I'm just gonna put it in indifferent.
I'm okay with it in indifferent.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and continue with Fibbage 2, an improved version of Fibbage. I mean, it's
it's
pretty
just better
similar,
Fibbage.
right?
Yeah.
Bomb Core. I feel like you barely see Bomb Core.
so-
Like nobody wants to
like
play Bomb Core.
Bomb Core is pretty good, and it's actually strangely, I think, maybe the funniest game.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think it is
Oh,
funny.
you would say that? Dang.
I think not in terms of what you can produce, but in terms of the actual in-game writing. I
Mhm.
believe it is the funniest one.
Yeah, has a lot of character.
I think the game is fun too, but it's sort of just like, well, if you want to play keep talking and nobody explodes.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that you have to have a bunch of people for this one, and then, like to kind of turn against what you said about it having character and stuff. The game talks so much; it's hard to like jump back into it. Does that make sense? Like the game has to like explain itself a lot.
It dwells.
It does, yeah.
And so yeah, it's like, oh yeah, this is funny, but then yeah, the second round you play like, okay, yeah, and then the third round you're like, shut up, I just want to play the game.
Exactly.
You get a little bit more and more frustrated with it as it goes along.
Right. Bracketeering. I feel like this is okay. Like, should we put it like right next to, is it better than You Don't Know Jack? Should it be up here? Where would you guys put it?
I'm gonna be honest, I can't immediately remember what bracketeering is.
I like this game. This is a pretty good one.
It's
I
you're
remember
given
what it
a
looked
subject, I believe. You're given a subject, right? And then two people like put their own ideas against each other, and then like it's like a bracket. Like it's basically it's
What's better?
it's almost like Quiplash, but like 8 people are all playing at the same time.
tournament Quiplash.
Yeah. And then I think like it reverses it sometimes or whatever.
Yeah.
Next we have another drawing game, Civic Doodle.
I think Civic Duel is better than Drawful.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I'll put it in great. I'll put it like here.
There's not very many. I feel like you could play through it pretty fast though.
You can play through it pretty fast, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I
Oh
feel
no, I
like
mean like you'll see all the outcomes you could get with that game, similar to how I guess Life's Water is not a very fast. Or if you play it once, you might see like half of all the different results and outcomes.
Okay. Next, Dictionarium. I don't really like this one.
I think it kind of goes at the end of Indifferent.
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So like it doesn't overstay its welcome, but it's not one that you're gonna like play a bunch of times or anything. It's just
Exactly.
kind of there.
Yeah.
No big deal.
It's definitely
Easy
one.
done.
It's definitely one of those ones that they made to pad out the pack. Like, hey guys, we have like 2 months left to make another game. Quiplash 2. I'm gonna put this in legendary. I feel like this is whenever they started. This is whenever they started, getting really good of the Quiplash games.
Yeah, they hit their stride.
Right. Although
That's probably the most popular game, I think.
Although I do think the final round is not very good.
Yeah, and they fixed that in Quiplash 3.
They did, and where is it? It's right here. Let's go ahead and put it above it.
Yeah, I'm so glad because Quiplash is definitely one of the best, if not the best.
As we can see.
It's so easy, and yeah, everybody. It's just easy to be funny in it, and just enjoy it. So
exactly.
Yeah, whenever they fix the final round where it's not, oh, okay, here's a comic, fill in one character's speech bubble,
or the acro.
That's really limiting.
Yeah, the acro lash.
Here's an acronym. Here's 3 letters. Make something funny. Like it's
being lazy at that point.
Yeah, it's hard to be funny on something like that. Whereas, yeah, Quiplash 3 with the triple ash thing, triple ash I think it's called. They there's a lot more room to be creative with it.
Drawful 2, an improvement. Yeah, but like how much of an improvement though? We'll just put it right here. It's basically the same thing. Like let's be honest, it's basically the same thing. It has color. I think they added color, right?
Oh, yeah. You can add like a second color, and that's it. I think.
So that makes it better than Life's Water. Earwax. Yeah. Earwax, I think is like really good. Like the concept is really good, but there's something about it that's like I don't know. Like it needs more. You know what I mean?
There's not. First of all, there's just not enough sound effects. I think. Because after you play a few rounds, you start hearing repeats. Yeah, a lot of the funniest thing a lot of times in earwax is you see like what the sound effect is, and then it's sort of a shock when you hear it for the first time. There's sort of the shock factor where you see the words and you're like, oh, I bet this will sound funny, and then it becomes funnier when you actually experience it. But once you start understanding and you know what you're going to expect, then it's kind of a little less exciting.
Yeah. Next we have Faking It. Now this is like one of the best ones, in my opinion. I would put this in
number 1, probably.
Yeah, that's so much fun, especially whenever you have people.
I would put it.
Who are really good.
I would put it after Quiplash 3.
Oh, really?
Opinion.
Okay.
Wow.
I think Quiplash is king.
Yeah, it's funny because Faking It is almost like the original Among Us. It feels like, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, there's other games like that. I know if there's board games.
Yeah.
There's one in particular, like Secret Hitler. That one's pretty
exactly the same. The Wolf Among Us. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Werewolf. One Night Ultimate Werewolf. All just sort of iterations on Mafia, basically. But those kinds of games are always fun, and depending on the game, it's really hard to find that right balance where the faker gets through. I think faking it
is true.
It definitely benefits the more people you have.
Yeah, and it kind of is almost funnier to play it with people who you're not familiar with. Because if you're too familiar with people, then it just becomes too easy. And also, I do agree, Mitchell, with what you said, that they made it too hard for the faker to win.
Yeah,
Kind of.
it's. I think
More people.
The
could've
final
been
round
hard.
is really brutal.
Yeah, the writing one is tricky. I'm not sure. You have to come up with some kind of creative way to make that a little easier. I think potentially something that it could do if they were to make another one, instead of having 3 chances to catch, or here, let me restart that. Instead of having to have everybody get the fake, like say who they think the faker is
anonymously,
maybe it be majority and it be 2 rounds instead of 3.
Okay,
I think that way
Yeah.
that would promote people, because the way the game is set up right now, everybody just dog piles on one person and is like, it's them or not. Whereas if it, if it was majority, people wouldn't feel as obligated to all agree just for the sake of agreeing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's jump to the next one. Fibbage 3. It's just more Fibbage. I mean, they nailed the art style, I feel like, finally.
Like the 70s aesthetic is really nice.
So is it better than Quiplash 2?
I don't think so, but I do think it sits at the end of Legendary.
Okay. And then for some reason they added Fibbage Enough About You on here. It's basically just the personal version of Fibbage where you ask people questions. I don't feel like anybody ever really played this. I'm gonna put this.
You can just put an indifferent, honestly.
Yeah, indifferent. Like right there. Next
I
we
don't
have.
know if anybody's.
Go ahead.
I don't think anybody plays Fibbage Enough About You. I don't think anybody goes to hassle of writing questions.
It's like it's buried into Fibbage 3, so it's like nobody even remembers to play it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Obvious.
Yeah, Guespionage. How do you guys feel about Guespionage? I like it.
I think it's all right.
It's different.
For sure.
It's like trivia. I like it. I like the trivia type games. Put it on great, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it like in the middle.
Trivia game. I think it's a good trivia game because it's everybody is involved, and also it's not just typical trivia yes or no. You can be kind of right to some extent.
Right.
Yeah.
Joke
Joke Boat.
Boat?
I don't really like Joke Boat.
I don't think I played this one.
End okay, maybe top of indifferent.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it at the top.
It's just kind of weird. They made some weird choices in it.
Yeah, I'm trying to even remember what it is, but I don't. I just feel like whenever I play, I'm not satisfied with whatever it is, which that probably doesn't make any sense. Okay, next we have Mad vs. City.
I like Mad vs.
Nick, where would you put Mad vs. City?
Oh, I think this one's high, great.
I would say
oh, really?
If it's not
better than Earwax.
Top of great, then I think it's the bottom of legendary. It's one of my favorite games.
Oh, really? I'm gonna kind of even it out and put it kind of in the middle section of great here. It's all right.
I definitely think it's better than Earwax.
Yeah, it's definitely better than Earwax.
Oh.
Okay. Personally, I prefer Earwax, but hey, I'll give it to you guys.
All right, there we
go. Next, we have Trivia Murder Party. Definitely one of the better ones for sure. Should I put in Legendary?
That's probably the best trivia game, I would think.
The first one. I would say I would maybe be willing to put Murder Party 2 in Legendary because it's way better. I would maybe put the first one somewhere in great, if not top of okay, honestly.
Hmm. To me, they're not that much different.
I think they're pretty different. 2 is such an improvement, honestly. You have like all this sort of like middle gimmicks, like the dad's hat and
Oh,
things
that
like
is
that.
true. Yeah.
That make those sort of things fun. I think the mini games are a little bit better.
Hmm.
It's, I
Okay.
mean, just because of release, it feels less dated.
True. True.
It's,
I'm gonna keep them like this. Let's move on. Patently
Okay.
Stupid. It's a
That
very
was
creative game.
Oh,
it's
it's
pretty.
pretty unique.
I like the kind of presenting games.
Yeah,
I think
those are
those
always
are fun.
fun. I'm actually gonna put
This is
a
like a. I like this game. Is kind of reminds me of Practical Jokers.
it does. Actually,
Yeah,
Talking Points is the one that reminds me of that, which we'll go ahead and rate this. I think this should go in legendary.
I think so too.
Like in the middle, maybe.
Oh yeah, that,
Like right here.
After faking it, maybe.
Making it. Okay. Yeah, that's great. I love Talking Points. That's so much fun.
That's a good
Next,
one.
we have Push the Button, which is very involved, but I like it. If you try to play this with just
Yeah.
random people, it's not very accessible. The accessibility factor is kind of low, but I mean, personally, I like it. So
Yeah, I think
I put it like at the end of
it's
grade.
teetering on not super accessible,
Hmm.
but it's a really good one for sure. I would put it a high grade, even maybe
Yeah.
mid grade.
Yeah.
I would put it above Earwax.
Okay. Next, we have role models. I also like role models. It's kind of weird because role models is actually one where you actually do need to know people. You can't really play with strangers. But it's great. It's great.
Be it would be a funny icebreaker, that's for sure. Just like
yeah, that is faking it.
figure it out.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna put it.
One of those games that let you learn about other people. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it like around here. It's kind of high, but whatever. Split the Room. Man, this one's weird because you're trying to get a controversial opinion, but it's very difficult to do. I feel like.
I actually play it with my friends, and that's one of their favorite games to play.
Oh, okay. So where would you put it?
It certainly goes in great somewhere.
Okay, should we put it
say
like next to role models?
It's.
Oh,
I put it up.
great category.
I put it up pretty high, though. I also think that role models should go back a little bit on the on the great category. Personally,
Okay, Mitch, we're splitting the difference again.
okay.
We do that a lot on this show, Nick.
No, I mean, like it could go like half of great back, but whatever.
Okay. Survive the Internet. I'm trying to even think what this one is. We don't play it very much, do we?
Yeah, there's sort of like a
Internet trivia.
not internet trivia, but it's sort of like combining posts and things that people have said with like images and titles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Basically, just trying to make people look bad.
Yeah, it is. It's man, I feel like I summarized it perfectly once, but now I can't think of what I said. Isn't it basically you're creating the punchline first, and then you make the joke?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Somebody writes the punchline, and then you come up with the bat. Come up with the bat.
Okay, so where would we put this? Like in the middle of great, maybe?
Yeah, it's decent.
Okay, now we have TKO. This is legendary.
Yeah, easy.
This is probably the best drawing game, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's so much fun to make those mottos and make the designs and everything, and then having everybody work together to put them together is hilarious. So yeah, that's legendary.
It's the only game that you can get a real product out of it too.
I feel like Champed Up is very similar, and
I actually think Champed Up is considerably worse.
Oh really? Do you?
Yeah, there's something about it that it's just not quite as funny in my opinion. Like
Hmm.
you, nothing nothing hits like in TKO. Whenever you have like a funny image and a funny slogan, like it's
Yeah.
hilarious. But if you have something really good and champed up, it's like, oh yeah, that was pretty good. It just not it's not as impactful in terms of presentation. And while having the repeat characters show back up, it can be a funny callback if you've played a couple rounds. But it's one of those games that's long enough that I don't think people are really going to be able to utilize that to its full extent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I feel like it's missing the motto portion of TKO. But
Yeah,
I still think it's really good though.
I would put it in great.
Yep.
I would even maybe go as far as to say that it's like the low end of great.
No, I'm not gonna do that. And then lastly, we have Blather Around, which I think is surprisingly good.
Yeah,
I think we should
it
put this
takes
in
a minute.
legendary, maybe.
It takes a minute to get people to like figure out how to play, but once you sort of get in the mode, it's pretty
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Yep. All right. Well, that is our Jackbox tier list. Is there anything you guys feel like should be moved around?
There's a couple things I think should be moved around, but I don't think you're gonna move them around.
What about you, Nick? How do you feel about this list?
I'm trying to remember some of these games I haven't played before. So like all of the bad ones, I guess, except for Monster, Seeking Monster and Word Spud, and
Yeah.
Joke the Boat. I haven't played. Devils haven't played. Dictionary I haven't played. I don't think I've played full.
Before.
Yeah.
I remember.
Have we?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I don't even think the second pack might not have even been out yet. Whenever we played.
Oh.
Okay. Well, so that's our list for the Jackbox Party Pack.